right, welcome to the virtual mentor training video. In this video we are going to go over how to create an account with Virtual Mentor, how to figure out what product is best for your client, how to then figure out which price it should be shown to your clients, how to fill out the quote sheet so you can present that to your client, and then how to download the applications that are required. So the first thing you're going to do is go to virtualmentor.sfglife.com, and that's going to bring you to this screen. If you add www dot in front of that, it may not work. So leave out the www. That may change in the future, but as of right now, that's how that works. So put that in there. It's going to bring you to this site. Once you have your login information, you can just fill that in and log in. But your very first time, you're going to need to create an account. So you're going to go ahead and fill this information out, and this is all information that just you should know, except on select user, you will choose sales agent, and it'll ask you to select a manager. You need to find the agency owner that is direct to you, or that you are direct to. So scroll through here, all the agency owners that have been signed up for this service will be on here. If they have not signed up for the service, they will not, and shoot them a text and see if they are going to be a part of this program. If they are a part of this program, text them a thank you as well, because agency owners pay for this service so that our agents don't have to. So choose your manager in this choice selection area. Once you've chosen your manager, fill out the rest of the information here, username and password. The password does need to have a capital, a number, a letter, and a symbol, I believe, but it'll tell you if there's any errors there. Click check I agree and submit. Once you have submitted this, it'll go to your manager. Shoot them a text that you applied for Virtual Mentor, because now they need to approve your account and allow whatever carriers you are going to be able to sell. They need to set that up. Once that is set up and you have been approved, you will be able to go into Virtual Mentor and log in. Once you're logged in, this is what yours, for the most part, will look like. So the first thing you want to do, you have a client, you have all their health information from the phone script that you heard about earlier. So you're just going to fill in their information. I'm going to just make up some information here. So we're going to say this guy is 55 years of age. He is 6 foot. He is a non-smoker. Now, so in this section, when you're filling this out, he is, let's say, 180 pounds. Once you've chosen this, so let's say you accidentally click that, you cannot just uncheck it. You have to come over here and use the little trash can to get rid of that option. Okay, so don't get confused by that. I know I did when I first got on here. So make sure to, if you check that on accident and you want to remove it, take out the trash can and it'll get rid of it. Now this is optional filters. I would recommend for a new agent to steer clear of this area. This is for someone who's a little bit more experienced and knows specifically what they're looking for a specific client. You can get very specific on what you're looking for. For right now, I'd recommend just leaving this blank and skipping to this part, which is the health category. Now, as you are seeing different types of clients, you'll see that they all have a lot of different health issues. So you want to check which health issue they may have. So let's say someone had cancer. When you check cancer, it's going to bring some extra information here for you to fill out. And the question is, when was the client medically diagnosed, treated, or taken medication for cancer? Let's say it was 4 to 5 years ago. Okay, that's all the information you need. So go ahead and click search. After you've clicked search, it's going to show you what your what your options are. And the first one that it has is United Home Life, Express Issue Premier. You have Mutual of Omaha's Living Promise, and you have American Amicable's Dignity Solutions. So the first thing you're going to want to do here, you want to figure out which one of these options is the best price for the client. And that's very simple. All these pretty much mean that they qualify for these products, and we're gonna double check that here in just a little bit. But we want to figure out now which is the best for the client based on price. So what you're going to want to do is go into where it says Run Quote. Once you click Run Quote, it's going to take you to the mobile version. So this is a mobile site. You can use this on your cell phone, and you're going to fill out the information for the client. So we said that he was 55, male, non-smoker, and let's just start off with $20,000. Now, when you're figuring out price that you're going to show your client, I always recommend starting off around $60 a month for your first face amount, around 100 to 120 for the second, 160 to 180 for the third, and then 200 plus for the fourth. We'll go into the specifics of why we do that later, but for right now, that's kind of what we're going to start off at. So what I would do is figure out a number that's right around that $60 a month. In this case, it's $20,000. So you'd want to write that down. Remember, $20,000. Then you want to come back over to Living Promise Mutual of Omaha. Go ahead and click Run Quote. And you're going to select your state, level death benefit, male, non-smoker. We said he was 55 years of age, and we said it was $20,000. Calculate. So each one of these is different. Talk to your mentor about how to read these. We always want to go with monthly. This is with an accidental rider, and this is without. We want to compare apples to apples, so we're going to look at without. So for $20,000, you're looking at $66 a month. UHL in this case was $69 a month. So obviously we're going to want to go with Mutual of Omaha in this situation. And we even have an accidental rider attached to this automatically that doubles their coverage if they were to die in an accident. And again, talk to your manager about any riders, but that's kind of what this states. And you would do the same thing with American Amicable's Dignity Solutions and figure out what the best price is. Mutual of Omaha is probably going to win this one. And then so the next step to verify that this is the right product, we are going to call underwriting and do what's called a risk assessment. So call this number, ask for a risk assessment, give them all the information of the client, tell them that you would like to qualify this person for the Living Promise, and they'll tell you if they qualify or not. The reason we have you do this is just puts you in the right direction. There's a lot of things that maybe in combination, right, like diabetes and smoking combined can cause issues in some carriers, and so you want to make sure that they qualify for that product. If they don't qualify for Mutual of Omaha, then you would go with your second best price, call underwriting, see if they qualify, and then move on to the third. But generally, these are going to be the products that they do qualify for the majority of your clients. Once you know what company you are going to go with, now we need to figure out what quotes are we going to show them, and then obviously the application. So to figure out quotes, like we talked about, you would do Run Quote, but you need the quote sheet that we're going to put it on. Very, very simple. Go back to the same website that you are on right now. The video that you're watching right now is going to be right here. And below that is documents. And you have term, ROP 20-30 year, term 15, 20, and 30 year, critical period whole life, and critical period 10-year term. These are the 4 quote sheets that you're going to need. And based on what product it is, you would choose this. So in that situation that we just went through, we went with a Mutual of Omaha's whole life product. And in that situation, you would be picking the critical period whole life because it is a whole life product. So you would choose that. You would print this out and fill these out. This is going to be your coverage amount. And again, we started with $20,000, and that was $69 a month. And you would just continue filling that out. Again, we want to stay around $60 a month, around 100 to 120, around 160 to 180, and around 200 plus. Number of payments is how many monthly payments of their mortgage is this coverage going to get them. We'll explain that in more detail in the presentation, but that's one of the ways that we help protect our clients is to give their family time. And so we want to know how much time are we going to give that family. Now, the reason we always pick, it doesn't matter what coverage amount that you are picking. What matters is the price. People pick based on price, not based on coverage amount. When you go to Best Buy, you do not pick the TV that's the biggest, right, and just buy it no matter what the cost is. You find the TV that fits your price range, and then you pick the best one out of that situation. So $60 a month is pretty affordable for most people. And so we want something there on the low end to make sure that they're protected. 100 to 120 is going to be more for the middle income, and 160, 180 is going to be there for the higher income. And 200 plus really is just to make the other ones look smaller, and for that one person that just wants the maximum amount of coverage that they can get. So you have an option there for them. So this is to make sure that you're not alienating any of your customers, because however big their mortgage is does not mean how much monthly income they have. They could be house broke. They could be, they could have no monthly income, but have a big house. So we don't want to alienate anybody. Once you have filled this out, and again, there are multiple examples of this. That one was for whole life. For term or return of premium, it's going to look something like this. Coverage amount, price, refund amount, how much are they going to get back at the end of the 20 or 30 years. Again, talk to your mentor in more specifics on how to fill that out. But this is how you would fill that out, and again, do the exact same thing. And then the term is going to look the same way. It's just not going to have the return of premium option on there. Okay? So again, very simple. 15, 20, and 30 years. Use what you need. If there's not a 15 or 20 year option and you're just showing 30, then you only need to fill out that column. Okay? So that is how you're going to show them pricing. Again, talk to your mentor, talk to your manager if you have any questions on how to do that. But it's very, very simple. Once you have this printed out, all you would need to do then is go here, and this was just back to the mobile quotes. If you remember, we were here and we clicked Run Quote. That popped up this. We filled it out. We put in 20,000, and it gave us $66 a month. Next, we want to find, that was the $60 a month, right? What's the next one we want? Around 100, 120. So I'm going to just make up a number. Let's add 30,000. Calculate. $98 a month. Pretty close. I said around 100, 120. So 30,000 makes sense. The next one we want is around 160 to 180. Let's try 45,000. Okay, and it gave me an error, which is because 40,000 is the max that we can do for this policy. So calculate 130. So in this situation, 130 is the maximum. You're only going to show them 3 options, right? We did 20, 30, and $40,000. If you want more, we can always check the other options, but this is a pretty good option for most of your clients. So all you would do then is copy those amounts down on the quote sheet, and now you are done with getting your quotes for your client. So the last and final step is how to print out the application. So you're going to come back to here. Everything is right here. Okay, this Virtual Mentor website is brand new. It's extremely helpful. Matt and Brad Smith are who developed this. So if you ever see them at a conference, make sure you thank them, because this has made all of our lives a lot easier. And you'll understand how important that is, as you get more experience with this. But you're going to come back to the product that you need to get, and you're going to click Application. That's going to take you to a site where we download the majority of our applications. You're going to select Company. This has all of the companies we work with for the most part, and it's called United of Omaha for Mutual of Omaha. All the other ones are pretty much named this, as they sound. Service type, new business. State, you're going to select your state. Product type, in this situation we're talking about whole life, right? That's the option that we chose, so we're going to choose whole life. Product name, Living Promise, right? And if you remember, Living Promise. Okay, so that's how you know what product to choose. You're going to click Search, and this is going to show you everything that you need in order to fill out an application. Now make sure you talk to your manager, call your manager before you do your first appointment so that we can make sure you have all the information that you need. But these are going to be your options. And you can either email them to yourself or print them. So if you go ahead and do print, it will pull up the application and you can go ahead and print this out. Make sure you fill one of these out before you go to an appointment. Fill one out on yourself just for fun, just so that you know where they need to sign. If you miss a signature, you have to go back and get those signatures. There's no way around that. So make sure you don't miss any signatures. But that is how you're going to download an application, and that's going to be the way it works for all the companies that we work with. Okay, so make sure that you follow those instructions, and that's going to be how to go through the whole process. We just basically figured everything out. You know how to run a quote. You know how to figure out what product you need for your client. You know how to figure out which product has the best price. You know how to call underwriting to make sure that the client qualifies for the product. You know how to get the specific pricing for all the different levels. You know how to download the application. The only thing left after that is to talk to your mentor about the presentation, make sure you're ready to go into that part of it. So again, make sure no matter what that you check with your mentor about all of this and make sure that you're on the right track. That is what we're here for, okay? So make sure that you give us a call, make sure that we are there to help you for that, but this will put you on the right track. So hope you learned everything, and again, if you have any questions about any of this, reach out to your manager. I'm sure they will be more than happy to assist you. Thanks, bye.